it's a credibility issue, Amy, because if these people were to say, yeah, we can take the budget of the your local DMV office and calibrate it down to the nearest $5, you'd think, oh, that's pretty impressive. If they could take the Social Security budget and eliminate the fraud to within, at least to within, say, a round $10 million, you would think, oh, maybe these are the fellas who can tell you what the planet's temperature is going to be in 83 years' time. But they don't want to be bothered with any kind of nickel and dime stuff like that when they've got the planet saving.
You're absolutely right. They're living in a fantasy world versus reality, and we have to deal with the reality and
right.
Stuff.
Right.
Can I ask another question?
Yes, certainly.
So, and this is related because the climate deal is basically rich countries are paying poor countries to stay poor.
Right.
So the question is, why is there still a developing world? With all the technology we have, with all our advancements, why is there still a developing world?
Well, you're right. That part of the answer to this is
because you got to have the third world and that cheap fucking labor, lady. Why is there still a developing world, really?
Some goat herd in the middle of Africa, then your simple peasant life is just great for you. You don't want the indoor plumbing, and you don't want the washing machine and the dryer and all the rest of it. And at heart, this is a way of keeping the developing world from ever developing. And you can complain about this to the left, but they would probably tell you that the very concept of a developing world is racist, because it assumes they want to develop into something closer to what you white supremacists are like. So if you bring it up with your leftist friends, Amy, be very careful, because that's what they will do. But that's exactly it. This is
right.
The Prince of Wales. He said that Henry VIII was a great environmentalist because he had a great sense of environmental stewardship. And that's actually how these guys look at it. They want to go back to a time when the princes of the world, whether you're talking about Al Gore or Leonardo DiCaprio, they live very well, and everyone else just lives a
You were the ones that said you wanted it to go back.
For their needs. But the minute you have everybody is wanting indoor plumbing, everyone wants to get on a plane and go to Florida for a couple of weeks, then there goes the planet. So it's fine for Leo.
When I used to walk down the street, there were no sidewalks.
Prince of Wales, but if you, Amy, and these goat herds in Kenya and everyone else,
I remember when they built Walden Pond apartments here.
The whole planet is going to die. So it's basic. I think it's basically a kind of
took the fountain out.
Feudal system. And Al Gore and Leo and John Kerry think they're going to be in the roles of the feudal dukes, and you, Amy, will make a great peasant beating your clothes dry with the other women down on the rocks by the river. That's how it's going to be if they get their way.
Yeah,
wow. Oh my.
Yeah, don't go swimming in it. Thank you for your call, Amy. And speaking of rising river tides in the California area, Kathy Griffin has broken down in tears at her press conference, claiming that the Trump family has ruined her life. They're bullying her just because she showed Trump's swinging head. Just because she severed a Trump dummy's head and was waving the
This
Trump
is how all of it used to look along here.
Now the Trump
no road, no sidewalks.
her. She broke down in tears. And there was no one on hand to cut off her head and take it to the doctors and say, can you cheer up poor Kathy Griffin because she's broken down in tears.
Wow, it's amazing you have so much compassion for Kathy Griffin, right?
She's claiming that the Trump family is bullying her because she appeared with Trump's severed head. I mean, isn't that totally unreasonable? You know, you can get this from the jihadists. I mean, these guys, they behead.
Right.
You see,
what did you guys say about Obama when you did that?
Somebody and then they give a press conference.
Were you upset about when they did that with Obama? Did you cry about that? I don't think you did. I don't think you. Matter of fact, I know you didn't, because you're a liar and a hypocrite.
And it's beginning to upset them that these guys are just bullying. All you did was you were standing there on the ISIS video waving some guy's head around, and his family are all just bullying you, and you're getting these unpleasant tweets from these people just because you're waving the guy's head around. So that's what Kathy Griffin, it's not all just the rising sea levels, it's also Kathy Griffin's this. She broke down in tears and said she's not afraid of Donald Trump. He's a bully, and she's going to carry on swinging severed heads around, and there's a bunch of old white guys trying to silence me, but she's not going to be silenced. You old white guys, she's got a lot of severed heads that she could be waving around, and you're not to bully her just because she likes waving severed heads around.
Hey, this is Michael Medved, and I know that transitioning into retirement...
That's right. Biggest building in the world, straight ahead. That Boeing building is the biggest building in the world. And I will take that Boeing freeway and take it back to 99. Maybe I won't take it back to 99. Maybe I'll take a fun ride instead. We'll go to 99. going 60. I think they're going a little bit faster than that, aren't they? Evergreen Way. I wonder if I can go pay my bill at Rent-A-Center now, huh?
Trump has pulled out of the Paris Climate Accord. There has never been a better time to take out a subscription to the Limbaurh letter. If you go to rushlimbaugh.com and you can hit the Limbaugh letter button, you'll see it up there on the website. And you can get it in digital and print editions. This makes a great gift for Father's Day. If you want a nice manly gift for Father's Day, take out
a manly gift, huh?
You will get an extra issue free. So you'll get 13 for the price of 12.
Rush Limbaugh, the manly man. Rush Limbaugh's the man. The manly man.
The May
oh my!
Great interview with,
you're actually going with that, huh? You're gonna plant your flag there?
And
you're gonna bury your sword in that?
Issue, the new June issue.
So to speak?
The losers.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, huh?
A big question. And with
honestly,
up
manly man.
You can go to rushlimbaugh.com. Take out a
Rush Limbaugh's a manly man.
And I know you're probably saying, why would I take out a year's subscription?
Wow.
The planet is frying. The whole powder keg's gone up. The sea level.
Well, yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Rush Limbaugh being a manly man.
Bodies, the seas, oceans full of churning, full of bodies. The polar ice caps are melting. As we mentioned in the last segment, in the film The Day After Tomorrow, the beleaguered liberals, after New York City is flash frozen and they're all freezing and shivering, they hole up in the New York Public Library and they burn pages from the books. So if you take out...
Start with that Bible. That's what you should burn first, huh? Let's start with the fake shit.
Pieces of paper to burn as you're shivering and freezing during the global apocalypse. There's already food shortages being reported all over the country. Kathy Griffin is down to her last severed head. That's what they're going to be having for dinner tonight. It looks like it's been in the freezer for a while. My God, is that Strom she's waving around? I don't know. Anyway, it's bad news. She's down to her last severed head. Meanwhile, some things never change, even in the global apocalypse. It's not just Hillary Clinton who is calling out the Democratic National Committee. Also, African-American women are calling out the Democratic National Committee because they lost the presidency last time around because of states like Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and so they're thinking now they need to appeal to white men. And as Kathy Griffin said at her press conference, it's white men who are out to get her. No respectable political party should be encouraging white men. Wherever they are, they should be staying home and not voting for white men. There's still some of them out there. And Kathy Griffin saying it's old white men who are out to get her, at the same time as the Democratic National Committee is figuring, how can we get some more old white men? And Maxine Waters and the other colossi of the Democrat Party are saying, no, the Democrat Party needs to forget about all these old white men. They're dead. They're dead. They're going to be, they're all rich white men. They live in waterfront property, beachfront property. They're going to be washed away in a couple of hours. It's in the cheap places and higher ground that you're going to find the new thing. And they're saying it's what Hillary called the coalition of the ascendant. Bill wanted to get the white men back. Hillary said, forget it, they're gone, they're never coming back. And she had the coalition of the ascendant, because the population, I think the black population of the United States is 11%. That's about right, isn't it? Something like that? So you take that 11%, then you take the gay population of the United States, which has got to be up to, what, 27, 28% by now? And I'm just going from walking around here, Mr. Stanley, it's staring you in the face.
Yeah, that's what you're doing.